okay. Okay.
Stop fucking fighting! Dude, what the fuck is your problem? Just get this fucker out here. Come on, let's get him out. No, bud! Hey, dude! Dude, come on, bro!
Okay.
Stop fucking fighting! Dude, what the fuck is your problem?
Good afternoon. My name is Yusef Miller of the Racial Justice Coalition, and we're here today with this rally and press conference to demand the firing of the two deputies, Deputy Morgan and Deputy Nahan, who were responsible for the abuse of the Martinez family, father and son. We know that they were found innocent of criminal charges, but they were negligent ethically in our community. These officers should not be patrolling our cities. We're all in danger, whether they're together or separated. They are harming us here in Vista, the Vista community, and North County in general. So we, the North County community, and communities from all over San Diego, we call for the firing of these two officers. The two gentlemen that they attacked were handcuffed behind their backs. They were not committing a crime. They were being punished at the time of the video. Slammed into a wall, head pounded into the pavement while they were handcuffed behind their backs. There's no excuse for this, and we will not tolerate it. We, the Vista community, the Oceanside community, the Escondido community, East County, South County are all here to say that we want these officers fired, these deputies fired, and no longer in that uniform. I would like to introduce some of the families who have experienced some of this tragedy here in Escondido. They have experienced loss of life, this tragedy that continues in our family with no justice. We also think this is a perfect opportunity to highlight Dr. Shirley Weber's bill, AB 392. And locally, the black and brown chokehold that we want to ban throughout San Diego counties. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the representative from the Coronel family.
Good afternoon. I'm the cousin of Jonathan Coronel. Jonathan Coronel was unarmed and intentionally shirtless to demonstrate that he was unarmed. Yet he was still shot 16 times in the back by San Diego Sheriff's Deputy Christopher Villanueva. 16 times. 11 months before Deputy Villanueva brutally slaughtered my cousin, he brutally slaughtered another unarmed man, Sergio Wake, shooting him 19 times. 19 times. A police officer that is already protected by weapons and by the law, yet chooses to shoot an unarmed father 16 times in the back, doesn't fear for his life. Rather, he is exerting his power and he is making a violent statement.
That's right.
The sheriff who slammed the Martinez's heads into the pavement were also abusing their power and making a violent statement. All of the sheriff's deputies who continue this behavior and who refuse to hold their officers accountable are continuing the pattern of police terror against black and brown people. Shooting an unarmed father, Jonathan Coronel, 16 times was an act of terror.
That's right.
Shooting Sergio Wake 19 times was an act of terror. Slamming an already handcuffed man's head into the pavement was an act of terror. These men could have died, and they are worthy of being alive. We stand with the Martinez family and all victims of police brutality. The sheriffs are sending the message that our lives are not worthy through their violent behavior. And the district attorney's office, Summer Stephan, is supporting that message by refusing to charge all deputies who have abused their power and by intentionally searching for any excuses to slander their image in an effort to justify their murders. We know the story too well. As soon as someone is harmed by the police, they try to portray them in a negative manner so that they can convince the public that they deserve that brutality. So let it be known that we do not owe the police a nice attitude to deserve to be alive. We do not owe the police an exceptionally outstanding record to deserve to be alive. The police should not get to decide who is worthy of life and dignity. That is not their job. Stop murdering us. Stop destabilizing and traumatizing entire communities. The more you continue to brutalize us, to murder us, the louder we will get and the stronger we will fight back. On Saturday, July 6th at 11 a.m. in 567 West Vista Way. In Vista, we will have a march to commemorate the life of Jonathan Coronel and to demand justice for him and all victims of police brutality. We demand that you fire the deputies Morgan and Freeman who brutalized the Martinez family. We demand that you fire deputies Villanueva and Myers for the murder of Jonathan Coronel and Sergio Wake. We demand that you stop criminalizing us and remove the racist practice of gang documentation, which has never brought peace and has only served as a pretext to hunt down Black and brown people. We demand to live a life free from police violence, and we are here to say that we will not tolerate this type of terrorism in our communities. Thank you.
Great.
I am the aunt of Sergio Wick. Sergio Wick was killed by Vista Sheriff's Department on August 11th, 2016. I'm sorry. We're here to demand that you fire these deputies who do continue to terrorize our community. They have no purpose other than to kill, other than to maim and brutalize our community. We demand that you fire them. At least is the least you can do. Nobody seems to care that our people are gone. As Rocio mentioned, my nephew was shot. He was shot there were 27 bullet holes in his body, all from the back. 18 bullets were taken out of Sergio's body. They were all from the back, in the head and in fatal areas where we knew he would not survive. He was not a threat to these people. He was not causing them any reason to fear for their lives because he was already down and bleeding. They denied him any kind of first aid after the fact. So you tell me, is that the way they protect and serve our community? No, that is not the way to protect our community. We demand that you fire Villanueva, Myers, Freeman, and Morgan.
Morgan and Nahan.
We don't want to be walking around in the streets thinking, looking over our shoulders, thinking, are we going to be next? Is my child going to be next? That is no way to live in a community such a beautiful place as Vista.